Hey guys, so I'm going to show you a trade from Monday, October 13th when I traded GoPro, and just going to review some things that I noticed on level 2 when reviewing this film that I thought would be helpful to share with you guys in the form of a lesson. So first things first, GoPro here comes into the day gapping down about 3.5–4% or so towards $80. You can see the opening candle coming in right here on the 3-minute chart, and my plan was to kind of see how this gap down got traded and to see if it could come back up towards 83 to 85. 83 to 85 was the resistance area I'd be watching because that was the low from the previous day, which you can see right here, and 85 was just kind of a round level pivot that we had been talking about in terms of what GoPro's next move might be. So here you opened up, you can see it's within the first minute of the day, 9:30 and 35 seconds, and you're testing 82s, and I have a decision right away. Do I want to short GoPro here? Do I want to see if it bounces? What do I want to do? So I'm going to click play here and just kind of commentate on some of the level 2 action and explain what I was thinking for my trade. And if you look over here in the left corner, this is where I place my order. End up buying the GoPro 79 puts, so be watching over there to kind of see what my movements look like. But the main purpose is to discuss this level 2 action and talk about some things. So I'm going to click play and go over what the film shows. So right away, first thing I'm looking at here when you're below 82 is, does it start staying below 82 and really speed up to the downside? Because if I'm going to short GoPro right here, right now, it needs to be because I think it's going towards 81 to 80 and really going to be breaking down. So you get a little speed up here, coming down towards 81.50, but then the bid pops back up there on these 81.70s. Now you're 81.60 bids, and the speed's just not really there. You're kind of hanging around 82 bucks. So I'm just kind of in wait and see mode, because if it pops above 82, then you're probably going to be able to get some 83 action is what I'm thinking. So staying below 82, but again, not speeding up towards 81. And you see these bids, still fighting 81.80s. When they're getting whacked out, they're able to come back up, and you're not getting aggressive asks, down below, say, 81.50. It's just not happening. And now you're testing 82. Looks like I jumped to Amazon for a second, but I should go back to GoPro here in a moment. So you can see GoPro at this point, 3 minutes into the day, did spike above 82s. So I, as you can see, have still held off on any position, have no position initiated yet. And now I'm just watching to see, all right, well, what does the 82 to 83 action look like? Do you race above 83, and are you able to hold 83? So you continue to just kind of churn around 82s here, but notice the bid is holding 82. Now you're getting some stacking. All right, you whacked out 82s, so I want to pause it for a second. Right here is a decision time, and I want to be very careful about what I'm doing because you whack out 82s, so now you can see the bids in these 81.80s. When that happens, I think, okay, maybe she's getting some downside momentum again. If it is, I should not see bids come back up to 82. I should not see bids come back up to 82. What I should see is these asks come down beneath 82. I should get asks stacking below 82 if that is the play right there, and if she is going to start coming down right away. So let's click play again and see. No ask stacking coming down below 82, at least not yet. There's an ask at 82, but it got taken out. there's a wall at 82. So this is called a stack right here. For those of you that aren't familiar with this term, I use it a lot. I say ask stacking or bid stacking. You have 3 asks at 82. So you have a stack, 1, 2, 3. That qualifies as a stack to me, 3 or more. So when you get this ask stack right here, now I'm thinking, okay, maybe it is time to short. And if you notice, I started possibly prepping an order over here on GoPro on this 79 put. But before I go forward with that, I need to see continued ask stacking, and I need to see the bids getting whacked out. So you are staying below 82, but you're not whacking out those 81, 80 bids. All right. And look at that. You took out those 82 asks. Now you've got a little stack going on at 82. So right there, that is not a short signal. That is still a sign that, maybe wants to continue to hold 82. I should wait for clearer signals from that trade. So off the bat, here we are, 934. I'm thinking, okay, don't short it just yet. It's still in play because it's down 3%, but 83 to 85. Remember, that was my plan all along. 83 to 85. That's kind of what it's acting like it wants to do, because otherwise we should be seeing flushes below 82, and we are not seeing that on the level 2. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and you can see now, about 5 minutes later, here we are at 9:39, coming up at 9:40. GoPro is testing the 83s, and I am watching here. What does this 83 action look like? Is it able to hold 83 on the bids, or does it start getting rejected? Because if you're able to hold 83, then I still want to wait for something closer to 84 to 85 before putting on a short trade. But if you are getting rejected right here around 83s, then this might be my best case short trade idea. And that's what I'm starting to think about here. I'm starting to get more comfortable with my risk, because at 82, my risk was kind of a bounce back up towards 83. But now once you get up to 83 and you're not holding 83, if that's what it ends up doing, if it isn't holding it, now I'm right at my risk, and I can trade it pretty much versus 83. So let's see what the action looks like here. Getting some bids above 83. Notice though, you're not really racing through the 83s going up towards 84s. And if you think back to what we were looking for to the downside at 82, I was commentating that it wasn't really flushing down beneath 82, and that was a reason for me not to be shorting it at the moment. Well, here we are. It's the opposite effect to the upside. You're above 83, which is a resistance area. Remember, 83 to 85, but you're not really racing through the 83s, pushing 84s, going up towards 85s. And that's what I'm thinking about when I'm seeing this, and it's leading me to believe this might be where I need to enter that short trade. So that's why you see over here I get my order ready again at 195 again on this 79 put, because you see that rejection right there at 83s. Now that's giving me some confidence that she is stalling out. Let's rewind that just for a second and look at it again. You'd come above 83. Okay, here we are. We're above 83. Click play again, and you'll see the bids get wiped out after it comes up, makes a new high. So when you make a new high, you should be able to continue moving higher if you have momentum to the upside. So you're going to see it make a new high here and then come right back down below 83. That tells you there's selling into that new high, and you combine that with the fact that we're at 83 to 85 resistance and the stock is still down 2%. That's what to me is starting to support the idea that, all right, this is where I need to be thinking about a short trade. Again, notice the bids not really pushing higher. We're not clearing 83.50s, and you're going to whack them out in just a moment. There's a stack at 83. Remember? All right, so here we are. We've got our 83 stack. All right, so I'm watching to see, what happens to that stack. Does it hold or does it get whacked out? Whacked out right there. So right when I see this is when I start to think, okay, yes, it is a short. Now it is just a matter of respecting 83 resistance. Now I can identify my risk point. My risk point is this high right here. I feel after watching that action, GoPro got rejected in the 83s, so I start to look at buying in on these 79 puts. And in terms of my stop loss, I want to see the stock stay below the high it just made, 83.40s or so that it just came off of, because based on what level 2 has shown, no reason to regain that high if it is indeed a short. So nice rejection above 83. Now you're getting some ask stacking back beneath it. And this is kind of confirming to me that there is weakness here. Alright, so right here it gets interesting because look, you took the asks back out to 83, okay? And I'll rewind that just for a second. Alright, so watch what happens here. I'm going to try and pause it right at the moment that it happens. You've got some asks below 83. You're about to take them out, but check this out. I'm going to show you because I'm going to pause it once it happens. Okay, right here. All right, so you took out the asks below 83. You can see them on the time and sales. Nice stretch of orders just went through. And you've got one ask at 83. And now you have some bids coming up in the 82.90. So it's going to try and regain 83. This is going to be a real tell right here because you failed to hold 83 about 5 minutes ago. And now we're going to try and regain 83. And this is where trades get confirmed. Okay, so previously when I pointed out this right here that I'm marking with an X, kind of this resistance up here, that was my idea. GoPro is a short versus that high. That is an idea, that is a thesis, but I still need kind of confirmation on that idea because without confirmation, I'm not always really comfortable entering the trade. But when you get confirmation, that's when I should pull the trigger on these puts. So confirmation will come in the form of a failure to regain $83 on this test. So let's see what happens here. Whacked them out right away. You see that? And now we have a nice stack back at 83 again, and the bids are back in the 82.60s. So let's see if you can come back above 83 or not. Okay, so I do feel like I'm getting some confirmation here because you are stacking back below 83. I jumped off of GoPro's screen for a moment, which is a mistake. I should stay focused on GoPro, but I believe I go back to it in just a second, recognizing that mistake. Okay, back to GoPro. And here we are testing 82.50s. So I've backed off of it. I place a bid at $2. You can see it right here. I raise a bid to 210 because I definitely want in because I got a nice move back off of 83 down towards 82. So I feel like I have for sure gotten confirmation. I'm bidding $2.15 to trade versus an 83 stop loss based on what level 2 has shown me. You can see I have filled that position, so at this point I have a $2.15 average on a 79 strike put. Bought one contract, and again, my reason for buying is because of the way it backed off of 83, failed to hold it, and then came back towards it and got rejected again. So now let's think back to that speed that we didn't see at 82, and I want you to pay attention here what happens on this 82 test. You see that whack out right there? Let's rewind it just for a moment. You're going to see good stacking right at 82, and you're going to see the bids get whacked out very nicely. Alright, so look at this, guys. We're testing 82, and look at this stack at 82. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bidders at 82, 2 bidders at 82.01, and then 1 bid at 82.05. So 9 bids pretty much right at 82. I want to see them get whacked out and the asks come down right away and a little speed increase. That's what's going to continue to make me feel good about this position. So here's the 82 bids. Now we're down to 4 bids. And they got whacked out nicely right away right there. Getting some asks below 82. It took them out, but you're not getting any bidders back above 82. There's one of them popped up for a second, but it whacked them out right away. Notice again, no bidders popping back above 82. Here they are. Okay, so this, I spoke too soon. This gets interesting. I paused it for a moment. Here we go, same thing we've been talking about. You have a bid stack at 82. So if you're defending 82, I maybe want to be cautious. But if you whack these things out, then I'm still good. All right, so that's what I would want to see. I want to see these 82 bids get whacked out. And look at that. 1 second later, whacked out. And now you got nice ask pressure below 82. Look at that, 81.60 ask. Here's another stack, 81.50. Think about how quickly we went from 82 down to 81.50. 4 bidders stacked up at 81.50. Then you've got 4 bids stacked at 81.41, which is basically the low a day. So I want to just continue to look at that level 2 action. Again, I make the mistake of switching over to Tesla even though I don't have a position, but fortunately I switched back to GoPro right away. That's where I should be keeping my focus. But it's good to see myself make those mistakes even as I'm doing this video. So testing that 81.50 stack, starting to whack it out, whacked it out. Now we're down to 81.40, trying to whack this out. Look at the ask coming down, 81.60. I want to see some ask stacking start to happen, below 81.50. Nice stack at 60 right there. Couple asks at 50, made a new low. That's good. Some more pressure. Some asks at 40. If you look over here on my order screen, you'll see I placed an ask at $2.80 to try and fill into some new lows. I'm trying to lock in profits on a move down towards $80 because I believe 80 is a round level that it might have some support at. Just the trend continuing here, testing 81 now. Great flush action. Notice the speed has increased a little bit. And I can say that because I have experience at this point watching level 2 and watching time and sales. I know when speed is increasing. I know it when I see it, and you will too the more you get used to seeing this stuff. The way that you want to confirm speed is increasing, though, is by looking at your volume. And if you look over here, you'll notice on this 3-minute chart, that last 3-minute candle, this one that we just put in, you had your highest volume that you've had in 10 minutes. And you say, well, it's only been 10 minutes. Well, that's pretty much our second highest volume of the day, considering it's only 9:45. So that is a good sign to see that volume increasing. That confirms what I believe I'm seeing in the form of speed increasing. And now I'm testing the $80, 80.75. I should be able to fill this position. Really nice increase in speed continuing. I'm on ask at $2.80. And I filled that position, and you can see my closed P&L has gone to $65 on that fill. And again, if you just continue to watch the speed here, you came below 81, you're getting nice orders, and if you watch this volume bar right here, it's going to end up pretty much on par with the previous volume bar, I think even higher. So the volume continuing to confirm good speed. So that's that. The main things to take away from that trade is, number one, the preparation. 83 to 85 was the area I wanted to see resistance at. Then once I establish where I want resistance, it really comes down to observing level 2 price action at my resistance points and deciding, should I be making a move here? We saw when GoPro got up on those 83s, we saw the level 2 action. It was unable to hold 83, okay? Unable to hold 83, and then once it lost 83, it was unable to regain 83. So two key factors: unable to hold, failure to hold, failure to regain. Failure to hold, failure to regain. Those are two key criteria that you need to watch for on level 2. And then when it came to taking profits, how come I wasn't taking profits at the 82 breakdown? Instead, I was looking for 81. Well, number one, again, preparation. My target was 80 bucks, as that is a round level I was looking for. So I sold. I'm looking to sell into an approach of my target. That's number one. But number two, observing level 2 price action on the way down to my target. You came below 82, and we saw the nice flush below 82. Remember, I pointed out how it whacked out that bid stack, and then when it tried to regain 82s, it whacked them out right away again. So when I'm seeing that, it's level 2 telling me, hey, stay in this position for your target. Level 2 is not signaling that you need to make an adjustment. If level 2 at 82 would have kept holding 82, then I need to consider an adjustment. So hopefully that trade and that video there gives you guys some insight on some of the things to look for from level 2.